Good afternoon. So, I got WhatsApp messages from your friends stating that they have doubts in the questions. So, I will just clarify at the end of every day's class. So, today we start with Module 2, System Classification and Properties. So, it is the first topic. So, we will just discuss the theory part under this module. Later on, we will solve problems based on the theory, like how we have done for the Module 1. So module 1, it dealt with only signals and its properties. Based on that, we solved problems. And the second module is dealing with the system. Okay, your subject is signals and systems. So first module is purely for signals. The second module is purely for the system. So system classification, how many types of systems are available and its properties. So based on that, there are some problems. So now let me go to the definition of system. So I can say system as interconnection of number of operations. So system can perform n number of operations. It is not only one single operation, it can perform n number of operations. So if it performs n number of operations, instead of calling as n number of operations in the book, they have told it is interconnection of operations. So if we perform interconnection of operations, that transforms an input signal and produces a output signal. So let me just draw one block diagram here. I have an input signal. I have an input signal, and I have a system here. I have a system. Then the output signal. I have an output signal. So I am passing the input signal to this system. The system performs interconnection of operation. See, I can say an operation can be in terms of communication systems. It can be a modulation. It can be modulation, or simply it can be an amplification of the signal, amplification of a signal, modulation of a signal. So like that, any operations can be performed by the system. It will not only perform modulation, it can also perform along with modulation, it can also perform amplification. So that's why my definition says that the system may be viewed as interconnection of operations that transforms input into an output signal. So my input signal, if I give it to the system, my output can be a modulated signal plus it can be a amplified signal. So output is transformed version of the input signal. So that is the basic definition of the system. See, you can leave a space to write the notes in your notebook. Right now we no need to write this. We will just write only the equations under the appropriate headings. So now similarly, I can have a system for the continuous time signal as well as for the discrete time signal, or it can be combination of both continuous time signal and the discrete time signal. So the next concept is I will have a system. The system can accept purely continuous time signal or purely discrete time signal or combination of both the signals. So that is the next point we will discuss under the topic system. So now, so I keep on telling system performs some operation. So I should indicate that operation with the help of an operator. So the operator what I am choosing is capital H. Capital H is the operator. It performs an operation on the input signal. Okay. So now you can see in this equation, you can observe that output is y of t. So how we get the output? Output is nothing but the operation of h on the input signal. So h is the operator. So it performs operation on the input signal x of t such that I will get the output y of t. So now based on this equation, I can just draw the block diagram. So now inside the block, I no need to write system. I can write its operation operator. So you can see in this diagram. So the system is performing the operation. So the operator we chose it as capital H. So capital H of x of t will give you y of t. Okay. Similarly, the same thing we can write for the discrete time signal. Discrete time signal, h of x of n is nothing but your output y of n. Okay, so this h is performing the operation on the input signal such that I am getting the output signal y of n. Y of n is nothing but the transformed version of the input signal x of n. So I hope up to this everyone understood. So let me just continue the systems. So like how we have given the equation for continuous time signal, in the same way I should give the equation for the discrete time signal. So discrete time signal, you know how to represent y of n, which is equal to h of x of n. Okay. So now under the prescribed book, they have given some examples. Okay. So we should solve these examples. You may get this example questions in the exam. So I want you to leave just half a page for the introduction part, which I have discussed it now. So leaving half a page, you can start this question. So we are going to solve this now. It is example 1.12 from the prescribed book. So I write this question: consider a discrete time system whose output signal y of n, output signal y of n is the average of the three most recent values of the input signal x of n, that is y of n is equal to 1 by 3 within the bracket x of n plus x of n minus 1 plus x of n minus 2. So this is your question, and the question is incomplete, so we do not know what we are supposed to do. So if you see the question, draw the block diagram. You can see in the question they are asking you to draw the block diagram for the given scenario. See, in the question paper they do not give such a lengthy question. Instead what they give is, they give this equation: y of n is equal to 1 by 3 x of n plus x of n minus 1 plus x of n minus 2. They will ask you to draw the block diagram. Okay, so now we will start doing the block diagram. So let me take the different color. So x of n is my input. Always x of n is my input. Okay, so the diagram you can draw from left to right or from top to bottom. Anyway we can do it. So as per the scenario, I should get y of n, which is the average of all the three. So definitely I know one of my term in the addition is x of n. So x of n directly I am just giving it to the summer or adder. So the x of n should be added. Okay. So now after x of n in the question you have plus x of n minus 1. So that delay I have to show here in the diagram. So the delay is shown by the operator yes here. So the delay is yes. So now can anybody tell me after this point yes, what will be the expression of x here? What will be the operation or expression of x of n? It becomes, can I say it is x of n minus 1? When x of n is passed to the system with a delay element yes, then my x of n will be a delayed version of x of n, that means x of n minus 1. So as per the equation of y of n, I am going to connect this x of n minus 1 to this adder. Can anybody guess and tell me to get x of n minus 2 from the question, so what I am supposed to do? To get x of x minus 2, what I am supposed to do in the diagram? Yes. Do I need to add one more delay? If somebody unmute and get me the answer. Yes, Lakshmi, are you there, Lakshmi? Is my diagram is correct? Am I audible? Ambika.
Yes, ma'am.
See, somebody should respond. I should call your names. So is my diagram is correct? The second yes, why I have introduced here? Why I have introduced the second yes?
Second is
Because I want x of n minus 2 term. Okay. So before to the second s, right? I have x of n minus 1 as the signal. If I pass x of n minus 1 to the one more delay element, so I will be getting x of n minus 2. So successfully at this summer, I could add x of n, I could add x of n plus x of n minus 1 plus x of n minus 2. But as per the equation of y of n, what else is missed here? Still, I have to draw one more term. What is missed as per the diagram?
1 by 3.
1 by 3, very good. So 1 by 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show my diagram from the PDF because I do not have a space to continue it. So I'll just show my PDF. So that 1 by 3, that is actually an operation that I will put it in the block. Okay, you can see in the screen. I hope you follow this. So this is my diagram. I have drawn x of n, then x of n I pass it to s. So I got x of n minus 1. So as per the equation, x of n should be added with x of n minus 1. So even x of n minus 1 should be added with x of n minus 2. So I have to generate x of n minus 2. So I'm passing it to another a system having a delay element s. So I am adding all the x values here. But as per my equation of y of n, I have 1 by 3 outside the bracket. So the summer output I am giving it to 1 by 3 such that I will be getting y of n as per the given question. It is 1 by 3 within the bracket sum of all the x values. So I hope you follow this. So now after completing the block diagram, I used the word h as the operator for the system. So I should write what is the expression of h as per this block diagram. So if you closely see this block diagram, you can say that whatever is there within the block to generate my equation y of n, those comes under h expression. So I can write h is equal to 1 by 3, h is equal to 1 by 3. Then here, I am taking a tapping point. So this is added to the summer. So before to the delay element, I can say that my delay element was s power 0. Then I have the first delay element within the box, that is s power 1, and I have my second delay element within the box, that is s power 2. So s power 0, I will take it as 1. Anything power 0 is 1. So it is 1 by 3 within the bracket 1 plus s square. Any doubts in this? How h is equal to 1 by 3 into 1 plus s square? Is it correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So suppose
Um,
I have a question here. If I do not have this line, I'm just striking out this line. Okay, if I do not have this line, you tell me this is the block diagram for which expression y of n is equal to. Can I say it is 1 divided by 2? Can I say it is 1 divided by 2 because I do not have this now connection. That means I have only two connections as per this diagram. So it is 1 by 2 within the bracket. Can I write directly x of n minus 1 because x of n is not added here to the summer. So my first term to be added is x of n minus 1, right? And tell me what is the next term I have to put it here. Plus, plus
X of n minus 2.
x of n minus 2. Okay, very good. And you know the reason why we are using 1 by 2 here? Because I'm adding only two terms. Now, if this is the case, can anybody tell me what is your h expression? H is equal to 1 by 2. Tell me what will be your expression here? It is
S plus s square.
s plus s square. Very good. So I made you understand how to write h equation, and I told now why this 1 is present in this h equation for the given question. Okay. So according to the tapping point or the connections, I have to write the h equation. So this H is the operator. This operation is performed by the system. So I hope you have all copied this problem. You may get this problem, three problems together in one single problem. So these are all from the prescribed book. So next I want you to just copy this question. Find the overall operator of the system whose output signal y of n is given by, whose output signal y of n is given by y of n equal to 1 by 3 within the bracket x of n plus 1 plus x of n plus x of n minus 1. See, find the overall operator. You can see the question clearly. Operator means I need to find h. Also draw the block diagram, so you can understand the question clearly. So main question is finding h. The operator I need to find. Along with the operator, I need to draw the block diagram also. So I said the diagram can be drawn either from left to right or from top to bottom. So the first problem we have done top to bottom. See, according to our convenience, we will just do the diagram. So nothing is wrong if you draw from left to right or top to bottom. But before we draw this problem, I want you to just check and tell me what is different in this problem. What is the difference compared to the previous question and this question? Is there anything different here?
N plus 1.
Very good. N plus 1. Okay. So earlier problem you had only delays. Here it is advanced. So I should know what is the S expression I have to write in case of plus 1. So that we are going to show. So I feel going from left to right is convenient. So I'm taking x of n. So I'm just drawing the 3 lines. You know why 3 lines? Because I have 3 terms within the bracket. So everything has to be added. So as per the equation, this x of n should be directly added to the summer. So I'm just putting it to the summer. X of n is directly added to the summer. Okay. So now, according to the given equation, I have, so x of n is completed. Just wait a minute. Still students are joining the class. Okay. Yeah. So now next is the which I know. Let me do that first. So x of n minus 1 means I know how to do it. So I have to put it x of n inside the box S, so that my output here it is x of n minus 1. So at the top part my output is x of n. So I could easily generate x of n and x of n minus 1. I have given to the adder also. Now I have one term left out, that is x of n plus 1. So if it is advanced, then you can see here you have to write s power minus 1. Okay. So if there is a delay in the question, then it is s power plus. Powers will be in plus. If it is advancement in the question, then you have to write within the block the power in terms of minus. So I hope you have followed this. So here my output is x of n plus 1. X of n plus 1. So now can anybody tell me what is left out here? Still what I have to do?
1 by 3.
Very good. 1 by 3. So I have to put 1 by 3. So that output 1 by 3 along with all this, if I give it, that becomes my output y of n. So this is my block diagram. So I will just show my notes. So I have any way you can do it. See, this second problem I have done from left to right, the pattern. The first diagram I have drawn from top to bottom. Any pattern you can follow. Ultimately, your diagram should follow your equation y of n. So now can anybody tell me the operator H? Operator H is very important rather than the diagram, because the main question is finding the operator H. So H is equal to, can I write 1 by 3? Within the bracket, can anybody tell me what is the expression within the bracket? For the first line, what you will write? For the first line, it is s power 0, or directly you can write it as 1. Plus, for the second line, it is s power plus 1. So it is s. And for the third line, you have s power minus 1. So s power minus 1. So this is your operator h. H is equal to 1 by 3, 1 plus s power minus 1. So this completes your problem. So any doubts in this? Can I move on?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So now, see now, and this question which I'm showing you currently, I have seen in a number of question papers. Okay. So you can copy this question. We will solve now. I hope everybody is following. Everybody is writing in your notebook. The system consists of several subsystems connected as shown in the figure. The figure I will show it later. You can write these things first. Find the operator H relating x of t to y of t for the subsystem operators given by. So H is your main operator and you have subsystems. So subsystems operators we will write it as H1, H2, H3 and H4. So this is very important. You can see in old question papers. Okay. So when I give the assignment, I will give this problem also an assignment under this module. Not the same problem, similar to this problem, some other data I will give. So referring this question, you have to solve it. See, once you have copied the complete question, the expression, everything, you let me know so that I will just show the diagram. So once that is completed, we can start the solution. So I want you to just complete up to this. I'm just writing the line. Up to this, you have to complete now. It's completed.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So I will just move the screen little so that we can complete the block diagram. Okay. Without this, we cannot solve it. So we just finish up to this, then we will start the solution. Is completed the block diagram.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So now, see, I want you to just see, I am just putting the dashed boxes. This dashed box says that I have the main system, capital H. This is my main system. So main system, you can see here, this is my box, that means system. The main system is having the operator capital H. But the main system is split into number of subsystems. That's why you can see in the diagram you have H1, H2, okay, H3, H4, etc. The question is I need to find the capital H. That means the main operator using the sub operators. So to solve this problem, first let me write the output equation in terms of input equation. Then using that output equation, I can easily write my H operator. So when output is not given in the question, so the preferred method for us to write the output equation is you have to refer the diagram from right to left. This is the direction because easily you can observe here y of t, to get y of t, what all things are added. Can anybody tell me to get y of t, what all things I have to add as per this diagram? You just see the summers. We have two summers at the end. So can anybody tell me y of t is equal to, I want my output using the terms which is connected to the adder. So can I write y of t is equal to y1 of t? Then plus, what is the next term? plus it is y2 of t. Then tell me. So this y1 of t is added to this summer, y2 of t is added to this summer. So both this again it is added here. So already I have added this term should be added with y4 of t. But y4 of t, if you see, it is having minus sign. So can I write minus of y4 of t? I want you to just visualize the diagram and just check the equation whether I have written correctly or not. Somebody should reply here now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. So it is correct. As per the diagram, it is correct. So now I told I have to move from left to right. Okay, that is easy for me to analyze the equation. So now I should refer, since I have y1 of t in my final equation of y of t, I should refer whether any data relevant to y1 of t is given in the question. So 100% they have given y1 of t in the question. So I will just substitute in place of y1 of t. As per the question, it is x1 of t multiplied with x1 of t minus 1. So one term I have written referring my question. Plus y2 of t also I should see whether any relevant input is given in the question. Yes, definitely they have given y2 of t also. So that is nothing but magnitude of x2 of t. Okay, magnitude of x2 of t. Now, next, what is the next thing? I have minus of y4 of t. So I have also y4 of t here. y4 of t is nothing but cos x4 of t. Cos x4 of t. So I want all of you to write up to this cos x4 of t. So now, if I see my x1 of t, x1 of t minus 1, I cannot simplify further. And x2 of t also I cannot simplify further. But x4 of t I can simplify further, because if I see my last block in the last line, I can see there is a relation between x3 and x4. If you have a relation between x3 and x4, then you can write cos of x4 of t, that x4 of t in terms of the equivalent. Can anybody tell me, referring the block diagram, can I write x4 of t in other ways? x4 of t. So if you see the block diagram, what x4 of t is equal to, can you just see here?
Y3 of t.
Very good, y3 of t. So let me explain this last block. See, x3 of t is going to h3 operator. The operator is producing y3 of t as the output. So y3 of t is not going to any operators in between. Directly, it is going to the next operator h4 of t. But just for the convenience, in the block, what they have mentioned is always for any operator, input should be in terms of x variable. That's why directly they have not kept a y3 of t as the input to h of 4 or h4. I hope I am clear. See why I converted y3 of t into x4 of t, because previous input is x3. So I should not use x3 here. I should use the next number as a subscript. So I'm using x4 of t here. So remember, you see in any subsystems, in front of the operator, the input should be in x only. The input should be in x only. The input should be in x only. But if I do not write this x4, then my input for h4 will be in terms of y, that is offense. So what I should do, I should write my input in terms of x. So I am myself assuming y3 of t is equal to x4 of t. All of you are following this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So now I will just show my notes. So the next step is, what I'm going to do is, in place of x4, I am going to substitute y3 of t. You know why we are substituting y3 of t? Can you see here? I think up to this you have written in your notebook. So I told how you got this equation, and just now I explained why x4 of t is equal to y3 of t. Okay. So now, can you just check in the question? Do you have any expression for y3 of t? Do you have any expression in the question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So I want you to just substitute y3 of t from the question. So if you substitute y3 of t, you can see you get the equation like this. So first term is same, second term is same, but only for cos it is within the bracket 1 plus 2 into x3 of t. Fine. So now, if you get this type of problem, the last step always what you have to follow is we ourselves equate all the x values are equal. x1 of t is equal to x2 of t is equal to x3 of t is equal to x of t. We want one common solution because the question what they have asked is they are asking the capital H. Capital H should have only y of t and only x of t in its equation. We should not have x1, x2, x3 like that. Because x1, x2, x3 is telling that these are the inputs for the subsystems. But finally, what I want to write is I want the output for the main operator capital H. So main operator capital H means the subscript should be avoided. You know what is the meaning of subscript? So for example, the subscript here it is 1, 1, 2, 3 should be avoided because I'm writing for capital H. Capital H is having only x as the input and only y as the output. So I hope you follow. Because of that reason, I'm equating what and all x values were there in the last equation. So x1 was there, x2 was there, x3 was there. Everything I'm equating into x of t. So your final equation H operator, what it says is H operator is producing the output y of t. Y of t is equal to, so x of t multiplied with x of t minus 1 plus magnitude of x of t minus cos of 1 plus 2 x of t. So this is your answer. So I made everything clear. Why we are equating all x values to x. Is there any doubt in this?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. So I hope everyone completed up to this. So till now what we have done is we have just given the introduction about the system. And many of you have asked the question, ma'am, in assignment we have one question called define system and explain the properties, any two properties. I told you can skip the topic because that is there in the second module. See here you have properties of the system. Totally you have 6 properties, okay? So I am listing the first property, stability property. So just give the title in your notebook, properties of the system. Properties of the systems. So the first property is stability. Stability property. So you don't need to write the notes along with me. You can leave one page for this topic. So related to this topic, we'll solve one problem. That problem you can solve it. Okay, after leaving one page gap. So I will just explain the stability. So you can see the system is said to be bounded input, and bounded output. System is said to be bounded input, bounded output stable. We will not call it as just stable. We will call it as bounded input, bounded output stable. So then every bounded input results in bounded output. So this is the definition of stability. This is the definition of stability. So if you attend any competitive exams, you will get questions in this. So BIBO stable, we will call it as BIBO stable. They will give you some equation. They will ask you to check whether the given equation is BIBO stable or BIBO stable. Okay, by bounded input, bounded output. So I want to give an example for this. What is the meaning of bounded input and bounded output? For example, so I'm taking my equation y of t is equal to x of t, or I can take it as x of t plus 1. Okay. So now, if input is bounded in the sense I can say my t value is within the range 0 to some 10, like that. My output also should be between 0 to 10. Bounded means if input is within some range, my output should also be in that range. That is the meaning of bounded input and bounded output. If input is bounded, output also should be bounded. So I will give you one more example which does not follow this stability. I can say instead of the linear equation y of t is equal to x of t plus 1, I will give x of t square, x of t square, x of t square, or I can also give x square of t if it is in highest powers, or instead of x square I can write x power n of t. My input x of t may be bounded, but my output is nothing but x power n of t. X power n means n value. See, if you give n is 10 also, you know how much your output y of t will be amplified. So can you tell me now if x power n of t is the equation, can you tell me output is bounded for the bounded input? Can anybody? I explained what is the meaning
No,
of
ma'am.
bounded. Yeah, I explained what is the meaning of bounded. So the meeting may disconnect in another 1 minute. Okay, so you can join back immediately. So if input is within some range, my output should also be within the range. That is called as bibostable. So for that, we have some equations. So once we join back, we will just discuss the equation.